Hi, I'm Tony. Do you have an emergency supply kit at home? While it's not something people tend to enjoy thinking about, disasters can and do happen. Since advanced warning isn't always possible, it's smart to have some basic emergency supplies on hand in preparation for the types of disasters most likely to affect your area, just in case. In the next few minutes, we'll show you the kinds of items to consider including in your emergency supply kit. Emergency kits should be portable so you can quickly grab them and go if necessary. Keep your emergency supplies in an accessible location that's cool, dry, and away from direct sun. Store them in sturdy, clearly labeled waterproof containers, being sure each container is light enough when packed that you can easily carry it. Here are some of the suggested items for a basic supply kit. Include enough non-perishable, easily prepared food to last 3 days minimum for every household member. Remember to include appropriate provisions for any infants and pets. If you're including canned food without pull-top lids, you'll also need a manual can opener. Include at least 3 days' supply of water for every household member, again being sure to take into account children and pets. Plan on a minimum of 1 gallon per household member per day for drinking and sanitary purposes. While 3 days' supply of food and water is the minimum recommendation for a basic emergency kit, you may also want to consider having additional food and water stored at home to last each household member 2 weeks in case you would ever need to shelter in place for an extended period. Another emergency kit staple is a 7-day minimum supply of needed medications and medical supplies for every household member, along with a well-stocked first aid kit. Have a couple of flashlights in your kit, along with a battery-operated NOAA weather radio. Include a few extra sets of batteries for each battery-operated device, along with some fully charged cell phone battery packs. Include a wrench or pair of pliers in case you would need to shut off utilities. Having a multi-purpose tool in your kit is a good idea as well. Include a whistle in case you need to sound for help. You'll also want to include basic personal hygiene and sanitation items, such as moist wipes, paper towels, and trash bags. If you have an infant or toddler, don't forget to include diapers. Be sure to include copies of important documents. For example, IDs, birth certificates, passports, and insurance policies, stored in a separate waterproof portable container. Include an emergency contact list, important medical information, a local map, some cash and change, a pad of paper, a couple of pens, and a current photo of every household member in that container as well. Include some emergency blankets. If cold weather is a possibility, add in warm clothing such as long underwear, coats, hats, gloves, and boots for every member in the household. If you have pets, include basic care items like food and water dishes, carriers, collars, ID tags and leashes, medications and newspapers or disposable litter boxes as appropriate. While these are the basic items to include in an emergency kit, depending on your family's needs and the disasters most likely to occur in your area, you may want to consider adding some other items, such as plastic eating utensils, paper plates and cups, some N95 or surgical masks, disinfectant, rain gear, towels, waterproof matches, a tent and sleeping bags, children's games and activities, two-way radios, plastic sheeting, scissors, duct tape, work gloves, and any tools and supplies needed for securing your home. You may also want to think about including an eyedropper and a bottle of regular chlorine bleach without any fragrances or dyes added for emergency water treatment. To learn more, visit the Center for Disease Control website. Here are some other considerations for emergency kits. Be sure every member of your household knows where your emergency supplies are stored. And make sure everyone knows never to take items out of the kit for everyday use. Go through your kit every 6 months to review the contents and replace any expired or outdated items. Since you never know where you might be when a disaster happens, consider keeping some basic emergency supplies in your vehicle and at work. Also, if you're a pet owner, keep in mind that not all disaster shelters accept pets. So while it's important to include pet food and other basic pet items in your emergency kit, you should also have plans for temporary pet housing just in case. Don't leave your pets behind in an emergency, because if the situation isn't safe for you, it's not safe for them either. Having an emergency kit is just one important part of a good overall disaster preparedness strategy. It's also essential to meet with your family and discuss evacuation plans for your home and your area. emergency meeting places, and so on. To learn more about emergency supply kits and emergency preparedness in general, two good places to start would be the American Red Cross website and FEMA's Ready site. Hopefully you'll never need to use your emergency kit, but if you ever do, you'll be glad you prepared. I'm Tony, and I'll see you next time.